Hi everyone, this is Sandeep Desai from Asha Tutorial, and today we are going to see in detail about the using logarithmic table. In this first session, we will see the introduction to logarithmic table. So how logarithmic table looks? You may say this is the logarithmic table, the first page of logarithmic table, which we can use for schools and colleges. As I turn this page, you find that on very first page there are list of symbols. This list of symbols which are very helpful in science as well as in mathematics. Then there are certain Greek alphabets which are given like alpha, beta, gamma, delta. So their notation and what we call them. These are also very helpful in physics, chemistry as well as in other sciences. On the next page, you find the useful data is provided, where the values of some constant like constant pi, which is 3.1416, or generally which is we are taken as 3.142, or 1 radian and degree, the relation between radian and degree is provided. So like that, there are certain useful constants are provided. Then below to that, you find the conversions that are provided, like 1 centimeter is how much inch, or 1 kilogram is how much pound, or etc. 1 mile is how much kilometer. So this is very useful data where we come to know the conversion factors, as well as there are certain scientific data is provided where there are various converging factors from CGS to SI unit. Like for charge, you may see one electrostatic unit is 1 upon 3 into 10 raised to 9 coulomb, or similarly you find here for work and energy, like 1 joule is how much erg. Joule is the SI unit of work or energy, and erg is the CGS unit. So like this, there are number of things that you may find in these initial pages of log table, which is very helpful. Below to that, you find the important uh, quantities which are related with the earth, like polar radius of earth, mean radius, volume, density, etc., etc., that is given. So I suggest you that whenever you have free time, you go through all these constants, and you must remember this is very useful data. Then as I turn the next page, you may find again there are certain miscellaneous, means extra things are given related with the water, as well as there are certain algebraic laws or rules like binomial theorem. Then we have certain geometry related formulas like to find distance. Section formula is there. Then how to find slope of a graph on the next page you may find. Then there we have certain major mensurations. That means how to find the perimeter or area of surface and volume of certain geometrical shapes. These are also very helpful and very important while solving the problems. You must remember all this actually. Like many times we require to find the volume of sphere. So sphere volume, if it is of r radius, then we can find it by 4 by 3 pi r cube, like this. Then there are certain trigonometric functions and their values and their interrelations that is mentioned. So that is also very helpful. And here it comes our main important point, that is this logarithmic table. Okay, and carefully you see what are the things which are mentioned in this table. So this is very important. Here you find this first table. In this first table, you find the values are given from 10, 11, 12, like this up to this 99. Next to that, there we have like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 columns starting from 0 to 9. And for this log of 10 in first column, that you find is 0043. So similarly, log of 10 in second column, you may have it is 0086. When we take certain examples, you better understood its meaning. Next to this 10 column, what is given? There are 9 more columns where you find the mean difference. You just see here, this is mean difference columns, and there are 9 mean difference columns we have, 1 to 9. So what is this mean difference? How we use that mean difference? That we will see when we take the example. First of all, you just look at to this table, how it looks, and what are the things which are mentioned in this table. So there are lot many numbers, you see. So then after this, you find on the next page there is anti-logarithmic tables. Similar to log, there we have exact opposite function of logarithm, that is anti-logarithm. And here what you find, again here you find in first column the values are given after decimal point. Here you see carefully, this is 0.00 or here it is 0.01. So in that way this particular column start from 0.00 to up to 0.99. And next to that there again we have 10 columns where the values of this anti-log of this first two digit after decimal point, that is provided here. It means the antilog of 0.01 in first column is 1026. And similar to log, here again we have 9 columns for the mean difference. For the mean difference, you see. So this is anti-logarithm, and how to use it? Definitely we will see in examples. Okay. Then next to that, you find there are table given for the natural sine numbers. Sine of you see, sine is a trigonometric function, and many times we know the sine of 0, 30, 45, 60 degree, 90 degree, and means periodic values of angles that we can easily remember and we know. But what about the intermediate angle values? If it is asked to calculate or find the sine of suppose 20.3 degree, how you can find that? We don't know that number. So here this table is very helpful to find out the sign of intermediate angle values as well. So this also we are going to learn here in this particular tutorial. Then moving ahead, we have similar to sine, there we have natural cosines. So here also if you want to find out the cos of intermediate angles, then you can take help of this particular table. And here very important thing is the mean difference. Here note is written, the mean difference that we need to subtract. And unlike in log or anti-log, here you see this mean difference columns, they are only here 5 mean difference columns we have. And about to this, you find here, you find these values are given in degree. In first column you find that these values are given in degree, starting from 0 degree to up to 89 or 90. Okay. And next to that, here in this column what is given, the values are given in minutes. This is 0 minute, 6 minute, 12 minute, 18 minute, like that up to 54 minute. All these values are given in point 0 degree, point 1 degree, like this. Why it is so? Because we know that 1 degree is how much we have, 60 minute. From this we can say that 6 minute will be equal to zero point 0.1 degree. So either you can say 6 minute or zero point 0.1 degree, or 12 minute or zero point 0.2 degree, like so on. Some values which are in up to 2 decimal number, then you can use this mean difference. How to use this, that also we will see in one or two examples. Then moving ahead, we have similar to sine and cos, there is natural tangents. The table that is again same, degrees are given from 0 to 89, and then we have here mean difference from 1 minute to 5 minute, and it is given. Then we have squares. We know the square of certain numbers, but if the number is very big, then how to find square of those numbers, that we can understood or we can find it with the help of this log table. You find here, there we have a 0 first. Here in first column you see its numbers are given from 0 to 99, and in next to that there we have again 10 columns. So 0 0, the 0 0, this number has square, that is 0 0 1, it has square 1 0 2, it has square 4. You know that square of 2 is 4. Okay, so you have to just write after this first column number this next column number. Okay, so like that. Suppose if I want to find out square of 22, so 2 is 22, and square of that you find here it is 484. So like that we can find the square of many numbers. And similar to that, we have here square roots from 1 to 10. In this particular page it is given from 1 to 10. And next to that you find square roots are given from remaining numbers, that is from 10 to 100. How to use this, that we will see with suitable examples in later sessions. So this ends this book, and on the last page you find there are certain units for measurement given, conversion factors like from millimeter to centimeter, centimeter to meter, how you convert there, values are given. 1 angstrom is 10 raised to minus 10 meter, or micron is 10 raised to minus 6 meter, and some very important atomic constants. Okay, you must have to remember these constants like Avogadro's number, Planck constant. Regularly those are needed to solve physics problems. So this is the introduction of log table, the book. Then here the point comes that you find that in this log table there are lot many numbers. So who actually formed such kind of table? Who has done, okay, such a exhaustive work or such a vast work? So we'll go briefly with the history of log table. So you see, in 1614, John Napier, this is a Scottish mathematician who formed a log table first time for the speeding up the calculations. Because calculations, you know that if I ask you to do the calculation of 2 into 2, it's very simple. 2 into 2 gives you 4. But suppose if I ask you the calculation, do the calculation of 2.34 into 2.14. Do you do that fastly? Can you do this? No. I think you need calculator for this. But you see, these calculations, if you want to do, because in those times, 1614, you see, that time there were no, like right now we have the scientific calculators or computers and etc. That time those were not there. So that time, how to speed up this calculation? To that, this log table is very, very helpful. Okay, for speeding up the calculations, John Napier actually formed this table. And very importantly, I must say that the Swiss mathematician Jules Burgi, actually he made the advancement in this logarithmic table based on the geometric and arithmetic sequence. You see how this table is formed. That is again a very vast uh, history, or if you go in deep with that, so that need to be take another lecture, so I'm not going in detail with that. So here, based on the geometric and arithmetic sequence, you see this Just Burgi as well as this John Napier, they were able to form this log table. And very importantly, you remember that the Jules Burgi is one who actually formed the anti-logarithmic table. So he was recognized for his work for making this anti-logarithmic table. He was the one actually who done a lot of work in forming the log table. Then there was a English mathematician Henry Brigg. This is again a very important name in forming today's common logarithmic table. Henry Brigg, who continues the work of Napier, actually because of his interest, he joined with the work of Napier. But as Napier was died in 1617, so further work related to this logarithmic table that was done, a lot of work was done by Henry Brigg, and today's common logarithmic table that was formed by him only. Initially, he was actually made this log table for 1 to 20,000 number and 90,000 to 1 lakh. The missing 70,000, that is here, those numbers that actually their logarithmic values that was made by this log. So this is a brief history of logarithmic table. Okay, you see that in making this logarithmic table, it was a great work that was done by this scientist to make the calculations very easy. The multiplication, the division, that becomes very easy. So one should know that how this actually log table is used. Okay, so as a science student, we must know how to use this log table. So let's see. So now let's see the definition of logarithm. What actually is logarithm? So let's see. So logarithm of a number is the power to which base must be raised to represent the number. So let me repeat this. Logarithm of a number is the what we have, power to which base must be raised to represent that number. So this is logarithm. I think by this statement you might not be understood what actually it is. Okay, so let us take an example. So what this means, let us take an example. Suppose you have here the number like a raised to x. So who is power here? X is a power. And who is base? Base is a. And what it gives? It gives me this number n, let's say. So go with this definition and think and tell me what is logarithm of what. Okay, so can you able to tell me, or can you able to judge that here? Yes. So here you see x is the log of this number n to the base a. So as again, let me just repeat this. You see, power. Who is power? X is power. To which base must be raised to represent the number. So the number is n and base is a. So log of n to the base a is x we have for this. Let us take another numerical example so you better understood this. So let me take here, suppose 10 raised to 2. You know that 10 raised to 2 is 100. Here now apply this particular definition or this point which just now we discussed and find out the log. The same thing, if I want to write, how I write? Log of 100 to the base 10 is 2. It means 2 is the log of 100. Here 2 is the log of 100 when we have base that is 10. One more example let us take. Another example. Suppose you have 2 raised to 3 is 8. So here, can you answer that? What is the log of what and who is base? Base is 2, 3 is power, 8 is number. So here I can say log of 8 to the base 2 is 3. I hope you understood how to find now the log. Okay, now as you understood the definition of logarithm, let's see what are the different systems of logarithm which are usually used in mathematics, in physics, in chemistry, in biology. Everywhere there are use of this function we have. So there are two systems of logarithm. One is natural logarithm, which is also known as Napier logarithm, and the another is common logarithm, Briggesian logarithm. The natural logarithms, they are represented as logarithm to the base e. Logarithm to the base e, that is natural logarithm. It is written as log of this number to the base e, or many times this is written as ln of n. That means it is natural logarithm of number n, like this. And common logarithm, that is logarithm to the base 10 we have. Log of the number to the base 10. It is represented or written as log of n to the base 10. What is the relation between these two? Let's see. Log of n to the base e is equal to 2.303 log of n to the base 10 we have. So this is the conversion factor. If we want to convert natural log to common log, we have to take this multiplication factor 2.303. Now we will see some of the rules while using the log table. So let's see certain rules for logarithm. These are very important while using the log for calculation. The first rule is product rule. Product rule. So what is this rule? This rule, as your name is there, related with the product of two numbers. Whenever we want to do the multiplication of two numbers, let's say that if we take a product of 2 into 2, right? It's very simple. We get the answer of that is 4. But here if the number is we have like 2.314 into let's say 1.019, then what is the answer of this particular multiplication? And here we get stuck. Or to find out one by one taking product of all these numbers, it will take more time. So in this case we can use the log table for simplification and for speeding up the calculation. So as per the product rule, whenever we want to do the multiplication of two numbers, let's say m and n, then when we take log of this product of two numbers, while solving it by log, just we need to take the addition of log of those numbers. So log of mn is equal to log of m plus log of n. And always you know that addition is better or easier than that of multiplication. So simply by adding the log of these two numbers, we can get the answer. So this is known as product rule. Then let's see the next rule, that is quotient rule. Suppose we have number 2.314 and if it is divided by let's say 1.019.
Here again, we may not get the answer very easily. So in this case again, whenever we take log of the division of two numbers, log of m by n, then here simply we have to subtract the log of m and log of n from log of m. So simply here by subtracting log of these two numbers, we can get the answer. So this is known as quotient rule. Then the third rule is power rule we have. Sometimes in calculation, we have to find the power of certain numbers. Like if we have suppose a raised to m, or here numerically if I take suppose I want to find cube of 2.31, then finding the cube of this 2.31 may take longer time, but with the help of log table we can do it very simply. So as per this power rule, when we take log of a raised to m, we just need to multiply the log of a by this power, that is m. So log of a raised to m is m times log of a here we have. And one more rule is there, base change rule. So whenever we want to change the base, generally this log, whatever I shown here or taken, we can take the base of that, that is 10. That is a common log. But in base change rule, when we want to change the base, means let's suppose that we have the log of number n to the base a, but I want to change this base from a to b. Then how we can do that? As per this rule, the log of n to the base a is equal to, I can write log of n to the base b. So I change here the base, and then we have to multiply it by log of that b with the base a. So this is the base change rule. Remember these four rules which are very important while solving the problems with the help of logarithmic table. Suppose we want to find the log of number 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take this is example number 1. We want to find the log of 1234. 1, 2, 3, 4. While finding the log of this number, there are two important terms that we have to understood. That is, one is characteristic value, and the other is mantissa of that number. And where we get this mantissa? We get this mantissa by referring our log table. How to find the characteristic value? Whatever number we are provided here, we have to convert that first of all in most scientific manner or in significant figure. That this number we have to write in between 1 to 10. So if I want to write this number 1234 in between 1 to 10, the same number without changing its value I can write as 1.234, 1.234 into 10 raised to 3. Now the characteristic value of this that always we take, that is 0. And to find this mantissa, we have to refer the log table. Now mantissa, how we can find? Here, whenever this number is there, now we are not supposed to consider this decimal point. So while finding the mantissa of the number, we have to find the mantissa of 12 in 3 and 4. How we do that? Let us refer the log table so you better understood this. So let's open the page of logarithmic table. Here you see the first column, where in first column the log that we can see of number starting from 10 up to 99, and after that there are 10 columns 0 to 9, and there are 9 columns of mean difference we have. As we want to find out the log of 12 in third column and mean difference in fourth column, so let's see what is that we have. So here there is a 12, and in third column if I see its log, here we have that is 0899. and I have to add the mean difference from fourth column. So here in fourth column, the mean difference for that we have, that is 14. So if I add this 14 in 0899, I'll get here, that is, this 9 and 4 is 13, 9 and this 2 is 11, and this is 9 and this is 0. It means here we get the log of 12 in 3 and 4, that is 0913. Let me write this here. So log of 12 in third and fourth column mean difference together we get, that is 0, 9, 1 and 3, right? This is the log of 1.234, that is 0.0913, and here we have it is multiplied by 10 raised to 3. So as this is a common log, and in this log we have base, that is 10, so whatever this power, that represents log of this. So log of 10 raised to 3 is actually we have, that is 3, and here as this is product, so we can add these two. So finally we get this answer, that is 3.0913. So the log of, let me write once again, log of 1234, that is equal to, we have 3.0913. There is another method we have which is very simple, that compared to this first. How we can find log of 1234? Let's see. As this is a 4-digit number, so the characteristic value that we can get by subtracting 1 from the number of digits that are present in this number 4-digit number. If I subtract 1, I get the characteristic value, that is 3. And then after that I have to write decimal point, and just I need to find the log of 12 in 3 and 4, which already we found, that is 0913. So directly we will get here the log of 1234. This is another method. Now suppose, let us take another example. If the number we have as 123.4, now how we can find log of this particular number? If I go with this first method, here I have to convert this number first of all in between 1 to 10. So let me write, that is 1.234 and into 10 raised to 2, so that the value doesn't change. Now the characteristic value of this is 0 point, and the log of 12 in 3 and 4, that we have again 0913, and plus to that the log of 10 raised to 2, that is 2. So finally I'll get here this answer, that is 2.0913. Or second method, if we go with this, then let's see log of 123.4. How do I find here? Now this number, you see, it is a 3-digit number. Just see on the left of this decimal point, there is 3 significant figure we have. So subtracting 1 from that 3-digit number, we get 2 as characteristic value. Then we write decimal point and just log of 12 in 3 and 4, that is 0913. So in this manner we can get, or we can find the log of any number. Now suppose if we have the number like 0.1234, then by first method if you go, we can write this number as 1.234 into 10 raised to minus 1. And again here the log of 1.234 is 0.0913, and here plus, and here the characteristic value is minus 1, which we can write as bar 1. And when we add these two, we get bar 1.0913. Otherwise, as by the second method, to find out the log of 0.1234, how I do that? You see, before this decimal point there is nothing, there we have 0. Subtracting 1 from that, we get the characteristic value, that is bar 1. Then write decimal point and just write the log of 12 in 3 and 4, that is 0913. I hope you understood how to find the characteristic value in Mantessa. Now let me take the same number in some different way, so you better understood and get idea of characteristic value and Mendesa. Suppose the same number we have like let me write 0.001234. Then can you able to judge or find here characteristic value of this? Yes. Here this number I can write as 1.234 into 10 raised to how much? This is minus 3. So the log of 1.234 is again 0.0913, and plus to that I have to add this bar 3. So finally I'll get this answer as bar 3.0913. Or by our second method, if you say the log of 0.001234, here the place value of this 0 when the zeros are on the right side of decimal point, then the place value of this 0 is minus 1, of this 0 is minus 2. So while finding the characteristics value, as this is place value of 0 is minus 2 minus 1, so that gives me bar 3. I'll write decimal point and again the log of 12 in 3 and 4 that we have, that is 0.913. Practice for some more numbers so you better understood how to find characteristics value in Mendesa. The number we have like only 1, 2, 3 instead of having 4 as a last digit. Suppose we have the number that is 123. Then how do we find the log of this? Here what we have to do, that you can write the characteristics value of 123, that is 2 point, and you have to find log of 12 in 3. So let's see what is log of 12 in 3. Here in this table you see the log of 12 in third column we have, that is 0899. So just let me write the same number there. So here we have, this is 0899. So this is the log of 123, log of 123 here we have. If the number we have, let's suppose as log of 12, if you want to find out, as this is a 2-digit number, so characteristic value I will write that is 1, because as it is a 2-digit number, subtracting 1 we get characteristic value 1, and after 12 there is nothing. So when there is we don't have any number after that 2-digit number, consider it as 00. So we have to find log of 12 in 0th column. So let's see what is the log of 12 in 0th column. And here in this log table you find the log of 12 in 0th column we have, that is 0792. 0792. If we have suppose this number as only 1, so what is log of 1? Now here you see in log table, if you see log table, here in the first column you may see that this log start from the number 10. There is no 1. So while finding the log, if the number is a single digit number, consider the next number to that, that is 00. It means while finding the log of 1, we have to find log of 10 in 0 and 0. So what is log of 10 in 0th column? It is all zeros. So here for log of 1, as it is a 1-digit number, so its characteristic value is 0, and log of here, as I told you, we have to take log of 10 in 0 and 0, and which is 0, 0, 0, 0. So log of 1 is 0 we have. I hope you understood how to find the characteristic value and Mendesa of numbers. Thank you.